Evo. Settle down, boy. It's what was needed to be done. Behavioral note for December 5th. Evo has increasingly become agitated and erratic. He's restless and highly vocal. He's also separated himself from the other raptors. However, he's still demonstrating cognition and patience in my presence, waiting to read a sign or signal from me. This seems like it's going to be harder than I originally thought.
Okay, made it back.
Yep. I'm writing up a report to Sorna and preparing a ship for her tomorrow morning.
Okay, good.
You said she's lighter. I've organized Nick's flatbed to take her to the East Dock.
She's a lot lighter. The flatbed should be fine, Ray.
Can I ask why she's lighter, Muldoon?
She's been hollowed out.
Jesus. Can you establish a cause of death?
Not confidently at the moment, no.
It's just the computer says she was active until about midday when she registered as inactive. I got an alert, but my head was elsewhere and I didn't get back to it until you called some 4 hours later.
I see.
I guess what I want to know is how it was hollowed out in the span of 4 hours.
Well, there's some 50-odd compies running around the island, Ray. Not to mention the myriad of other scavengers.
Okay, anything significant you want me to add in the report?
No. Animals die. Other animals scavenge on the body. Nothing remarkable to note here, Ray.
Muldoon, I'll head down to the East Dock and meet them there.
Okay, Jerry, please have a good look and examine her carefully before they send her off.
I always do.
I know you do, Jerry. This one is a little special, so please run every test you can think of before Site B incinerates her.
Will do, Muldoon.
Thank you, and one more thing, Jerry. If anything stands out to you in her blood work, I'd appreciate you informing me first. If that's okay, please, Jerry.
No problem.
Good to go, Nick.
Is there something I should know about her?
Not yet, Jerry.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. You're still here? Poor girl. You all right? Not good. Okay, I've got one sitting on a torch.
It must be on its end, so that you can shine through the air sac.
Yep, I did this with vulture eggs, but a very long time ago, Sarah. So I need a refresher.
Okay, so same concept, Muldoon. You need complete darkness. You're looking for internal structures, not the shell itself. If the embryo is developing normally, you should see a network of fine blood vessels spreading outward from a darker central mass. As development progresses, That network becomes increasingly pronounced. You may also see movement if the embryo is sufficiently advanced. How old are they?
I'm not completely sure, Sarah.
Well, with stork eggs like yours, you should start seeing the first fine blood vessels after roughly 5 to 7 days of incubation, assuming they're fertile and developing normally. By around 10 days, the vascular network should be considerably more obvious, with a darker embryo developing toward the center. By the second week, the egg should be substantially darker when candled, with the air sac remaining visible at the broad end. Muldoon?
He's settled, but that's probably because he's worked himself up all night and now needs sleep. I've gone through the results from the examination we conducted when she was removed from the main enclosure. Nothing immediately pathological, but there are several findings worth documenting. I didn't have all that much time to come up with a suitable holding pen after the preliminary results were peer-reviewed. This old viewing compound was the best I could scramble together when her behavior changed. Her abdominal girth has increased since the last observation period, not dramatically, but enough to be measurable. More interesting is the distribution. The enlargement is predominantly ventral rather than generalized, which suggests an internal physiological process rather than simple weight gain. Her body mass is up approximately 8%. The blood work shows elevated progesterone, increased circulating estrogen, and a corresponding rise in calcium-binding proteins. Ultrasonography while she was sedated revealed there to be several discrete structures within the abdominal cavity. They're roughly ovoid and arranged along the cloacal tract. Her appetite has changed too. She's eating more frequently and wildly aggressive around her pen mates, which ultimately spurred on the decision to isolate her. Behaviorally, she's become considerably less tolerant of the other animals, more defensive when approached, more territorial around her resting area. She's also been spending an unusual amount of time selecting sheltered locations and disturbing substrate. She isn't constructing anything substantial though, just returning to the same location repeatedly. I'd like to repeat the blood panel in 48 to 72 hours, but that's ultimately going to depend on veterinary permission, as repeated tranquilization is best avoided during this time. Naturally, I'd expect her to be sleeping during the day, so visual confirmation will prove difficult at this point in time. However, sometimes they usually make their presence known and investigate when they believe no one is around. Though I don't think that's going to work in the daytime. No, I'll return tonight.
I haven't got any on me, Jerry. Do you want me to race over to the clinic and get some?
I don't think it'll make a difference, Muldoon.
What do you want me to do?
There isn't any more we can do. I've euthanized her.
What happens now?
Her organs will start shutting down. I just want to be here with her until she goes. It's okay, girl. I'm so sorry. You deserved so much better than this. I'm here never easy losing one of them.
Oh, Jerry.
It's okay, girl. Just, give me a moment, Muldoon.
Of course, Jerry.
Check number 3 for December 6, 1991. It is currently 8:42 p.m. The intention of the log tonight is to visually inspect the isolated female velociraptor. Initial impressions: quiet, not immediately visible. Weather note: clear, warm, no wind. Her water container seems to be untouched. Behavior profile not congruent with nocturnal predatory behavior. These animals are wholly active at night. Considering the limited size of this pen, I'd expect to see her immediately on approach, especially as her movements in the main enclosure were sluggish and compromised. Point to note, her droppings have been removed. The current assumption being intentionally removed. Subject discovered. Finally. Subject slow in her movements, but her awareness remains intact. She is responding appropriately to me, assessing my presence. No hostility or aggression noted, simply curious. Consistent with her endocrine profile, elevated oxytocin, progesterone, and estrogen, making her docile and perhaps just needed a break from the other Scratch that. Defensive behavior demonstration includes snapping and vocalization. Her posture is consistent with warning signals. Note her side-on stance, the classic indication of non-tolerance in theropods. She's sizing me up, standing her ground, a clear sign of agitated offense. Temperament has now settled, and she has ditched the side-on posturing. She now faces
Muldoon, I've got the blood profile back on the eublocephalus.
Anything of interest, Jerry?
Most of it is surprisingly normal. Liver, kidneys, electrolytes, blood cell counts. Nothing suggesting infection or systemic poisoning.
So what's the exception?
There's a compound in the sample that shouldn't be there. A neuroactive alkaloid. I'm still trying to identify it precisely, but its chemical structure is remarkably similar to compounds found in the venom of certain predatory animals.
Venom? What sort of symptoms could this alkaloid produce?
Loss of coordination, confusion. The animal could experience altered perception, hallucinations.
Hallucinations?
It's possible.
I'll call you back, Jerry.
She seemed agitated or spooked. And then I saw her approach the moat. Highly defensive, she swings her club at what I assume was an attacker. I scrubbed through all the surveillance footage of the eublocephalus enclosure.
but I couldn't find what she was reacting to. One wrong step later and she slips into the moat, her own weight crushing her on impact. Interesting.
We were right, Muldoon. I have to show you. I'm over the moon.
God, Tony, this is exciting, isn't it?
You don't understand, Muldoon. This is a landmark case. A true first of its kind. Probably best to see from the other window. I don't expect to see her at the moment. But you need to see this.
Okay.
Check this out, Muldoon.
Oh, wow. So that's what a raptor's nest looks like.
She's constructed it from dirt and reinforced it with her own droppings.
Wow, Tony, that's remarkable.
Isn't it? Oh, and here's the star of the show.
Oh, God, she's huge.
She's getting more comfortable with my presence, so I'm guessing she trusts building a nest out in the open.
Raptors don't trust, Tony.
Maybe not in the conventional sense, no. Here she's tending to its arrangement. InGen's tasked me with her care, and I've requested no staff to use this building, except for the lookout tower above. Helps her become comfortable with her new surroundings, and reduces stress.
She does seem comfortable.
It's a marked improvement from when she used to attack the glass. She's become so placid.
Don't get too attached, Tony.
I ran to call you as soon as it started, Muldoon. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Do you know what you're looking at, Muldoon?
I may be a little slow, Tony, but I definitely know what I'm looking at.
Muldoon, this is the first successful reproductive event in a cloned animal. Granted, they're viable, of course. I've got the heat lamp on inside. Don't know if it's necessary, but she doesn't seem to mind.
So that's what a raptor's egg looks like. Looks nothing like what I imagined.
You're used to seeing the DNA inoculated and incubated into emu or ostrich eggs. I've counted 4 eggs now.
And she's brooding upon them just like a bird.
InGen have high hopes for this project. This is pioneering stuff right here. Henry Wu is going to flip when he sees his creations can now procreate. If these eggs are viable and healthy offspring emerge, we'd be saving literally millions of dollars in cloning. Guess what I named her, Muldoon? I named her Eve. You know, the first mother. Muldoon? Muldoon, are you there? Okay, I think the connection died.